All right, guys. Welcome to the third episode of the GarageCast.
Yep.
So,
Hello.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Britta isn't here today because
He
he
fell
fell.
into a ditch.
I fell into a big ditch.
Yeah,
It was
It's
so
got
sad.
crashed.
It was very sad. Tragic.
it was so sad.
They're all
This question is going to be: to what extent did the Chinese head tax affect the Chinese immigrants? How did it affect their relations to China and Canada? How did it affect future attempts? Their future attempts at like better relations with other countries or China itself? Like, how did it affect their let's say their connections with countries that are allied with China?
I mean, the Canadian government introduced a tax
Yes.
because, like it for every Chinese people who wanted to enter the country. Like, it's just a fee. It's like how we pay
Yes.
school fees. It's like a fee. You gotta enter the country. You gotta pay that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, so like, why didn't the Chinese government stop there? Well, why did the Chinese government not not deal with the head tax? Why did they not?
Or not even give support to their workers during the thing.
Why did the Chinese government help their workers?
Yeah. Because like with the conditions, I would expect it's pretty
How
bad.
are you gonna help when you don't know what's going on in a country? If you don't disclose, if you don't know the information what's going on in a country.
Well, I would think if 15K people are going there and working at the railways, or just going there in general, I would think they have to have some sort of knowledge, or like go into a little bit more depth
True.
about it.
I think if there's a big capacity of people traveling to a different country from yours, you'd put some. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say spies, but like a way to get information.
Yeah,
like
get
how
into
they're
information.
being
Why? Like,
Especially
why
with,
did they move?
known resources, like
Mhm,
know what's
yes.
happening.
I mean,
back then, no
then,
resources.
yeah, exactly. Back then, I mean,
It was just word of mouth.
Yes.
Unless you had a carrier pigeon, even then it wouldn't fly across
Yeah,
the
when
Atlantic
it-
Ocean.
Yeah.
but I don't
Yeah,
think
like-
so. Really, the Chinese government really tried to get information about the Canadian, like the Chinese attacks the Canadian government was using on the people that were coming from China. I don't think so. They really tried to get the info
You have anything to add on to that, Jaden?
because they thought people went there to work. It's their decision, not
No,
the
I think they
government.
did get information. I know there was factors on why they weren't able to help the Chinese. The Chinese government weren't able to help their people.
Can I know for what
You
reason?
guys know?
Yeah,
No, I
do.
don't.
It's because Canada back then they helped USA with the World War.
Yeah.
So basically, China taking
They
action.
didn't have much power.
Yeah, China
Yeah.
taking action on Canada means USA is also gonna get
US
involved.
because they helped with the war, the bond between US. And it's not just the fact of fighting one country, it's fighting two.
Yes.
And if it's a 2 against 1, you lose. no
Yeah,
matter how
you
big
don't
the
want to make like any more enemies or anything.
They were weaker internationally.
So they were weaker politically,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess they were also weaker in manpower. How about socially? Was the Chinese government perceived to be better? Like, if they did that, would they have been able to like justify their actions of like attacking Canada because of it?
I think it'd be justified. Yes.
But did the people at the time think that?
No, probably
Yeah,
not.
probably not.
Why?
Well, because I doubt that they would want to go to war for something that they wouldn't even know what's going on because they don't know what's happening over there.
But also the thing is that China was not really like they were incredibly weak politically,
Yes.
economically, and even with the army.
So the world wouldn't be on their side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
I
world
guess, like,
will support Canada
If
at that point.
Canada was help fight World War,
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess public image would be on their side as they were a major fighting force, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, at the time, China was being like ruled by the Qing dynasty. No,
Yep.
You
I wouldn't.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's Qing Dynasty.
I'm not
It's their last imperial government.
Hmm.
By the late 18,000s, the dynasty was like at the verge of breaking down. They were suffering like enormous internal problems. There'd be massive rebellions, including the Tape Rebellion.
The what?
The Taping Rebellion in the Qing Dynasty.
Taping Rebel?
Yeah,
Tapi?
Taiping?
Taiping? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm
Taiping?
sorry for that.
It's probably
it placed in
Taiping.
China?
Taiping Rebellion.
The Taiping
But the
Rebellion.
main question is
It's
now.
already like it's just about like how people got killed earlier.
Yeah. No, I would like to change. I would like to change the topic about how the relations. Do you know how did they deal with the criticism? Like how did China deal with like all the discrimination, all the
True discrimination
yes.
against the people.
people? Yes.
I was.
Like how would they
I
deal
mean,
with
they
that?
couldn't really do anything back then because China was facing like extreme pressure from the outer countries, the foreign countries with extreme power.
They
For
were.
example, the British, the
Yes.
USA,
Mhm.
the Canada, they had all powers back then.
Yeah. So they had to stay silent.
Yeah, they had to stay
right? Yes.
silent because
Okay.
one
Yeah, no.
move they made means the country is in danger.
Mhm.
So yeah, they didn't really take any steps.
Is there anything else about that you guys want to add on right there in that part?
Well, we've been talking a whole lot about how the future, well, not the future, the past, how they were affected then, how the Chinese government weren't able to do anything. How did it affect their relations in the future?
I feel like it really broke some really strong bonds that they could have had, especially since like
True.
they had like no reasoning to do this. Like, what sort of intent did they show to like go aggressive against each other?
I mean, like in like 1980s, yeah, the relation was really bad, but right now it's good. It's pretty strong.
Yeah,
I just-
as we know right now, relations between multiple countries
Going
except
strong.
are strong now. But how did it go? Like, how did they build that up? Was
I feel like
was it
now-
rough? Was it smooth?
I feel like now in like present day, it's more forgot. Like it's not talked about as much as a little bit back then. So I think they did. I think they tried hiding.
They
it,
did
but
not really
not
like
really did.
forget the stuff. It's
Yeah,
more.
it's more.
It's no. It's not. It's
buried.
no. It's more like the relation between countries. Some countries are getting worse. So there's like some countries they're like trying to pair up, grow more stronger. And
Yeah.
Canada chose China as like transportation for vehicles, like more EVs, more electrical vehicles. They chose China because China has one of like the best electronic vehicles in the world. So they chose China. They're trying to be stronger. But yeah, of course, it did affect the relation.
I mean, that wow, it was a century, right? The attacks was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went from 1800s to the 1900s. No,
No,
Yeah, that century was really bad for China. I mean, they were like disrespected that whole time. They were low
Yeah.
power. No,
Yeah.
everyone walked over them. So just
Like they're-
just from that, like I would hold grudge if someone walked over me like a few years ago. I was holding grudge if someone walked over me a few days ago.
I mean, it's later in the 19th century, like the 19th or the early 20th century, they signed the deal. China, Britain, France.
ooh, what was it?
They signed like a how can I say? They signed a law that no more unequal
No more
treaties,
inequalities.
no more inequality. Yeah, and they also
So it basically banned. It effectively did it effectively ban? It basically banned.
banned
laws.
other countries to put taxes on like being like racial to put taxes on some stuff. For example, China now has control over its own territory.
Mm. So they put a ban on people putting like racial
Unequal
pointed,
taxes.
racial pointed
Unequal
taxes,
taxes.
only taxes.
Taxes, maybe like
Laws?
judgment laws. Yeah.
Do you know where specifically in the 1900s it was, or
No, it just. I heard somewhere like late 19th century, like early 20th century. Just over there. Because like relations between the countries are not really good in like the mid 19th century. It became stronger in the late 20th century.
I mean, Chinese communities in Canada probably help with building better relations, right?
yeah?
I mean, they organize politically and socially.
I feel like they helped like try to get rid of those discrimination laws.
Yeah, to get rid of the laws,
They
they
make it better.
organized
Make it
them.
better now. I know it's not perfect, but it's getting better.
Yeah, and I think this is just
I feel like that treatment, that better treatment that they cause, probably helped as a better foundation for future relations.
yeah
as,
for the buildup.
you know, it wasn't all bad. Well, it was major bad, but it wasn't all bad. Where
There was more downs.
There was more downs than ups, but there was.
But
still
do
some
you
ups.
guys know why the Chinese government didn't really help the people in Canada during the Chinese attacks moment?
I think have we said this?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's about like
It's
yeah, we've said this. We've talked about it. It was the
It's-
political power.
It's about the money. It's about like most of the people that came were from, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's from the Guangdong province. It's like particularly like very
Guangdong?
rural. Yeah.
So it was the
Poorest.
oh yeah, well that makes sense. It was mostly people who were trying to look for an up, trying to look for
A better
way,
life.
a better life, a way to get rich, quick and easy. And what better place than a place where there isn't much.
And if you come legally from China to Canada, government has a track of it. But if you come illegally, the government doesn't know. So I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe from that 15K we mentioned earlier,
A major
there
of
should
the,
be a major illegal.
a major of the
Yeah.
immigrants from China had fake IDs. They had forged ones. I mean,
You know what?
I think Rita fell down.
Oh,
It is
poor
because-
Rita, poor Rita. Yo, it already happened once. It keeps happening again. This is the third time. He fell off the bridge into a ditch.
Yes.
He
Okay,
fell
we're getting
off.
off topic. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So
Meanwhile, in Canada during that time, anti-Chinese sentiment continued to grow. Isn't that like concerning?
talking about the you talking about how like the British was it British China and another country that like
Yeah,
made, like-
Russian.
yeah Russian they like made laws against making laws against races and really after World War II a lot of the what was it laws a lot of the laws that are against races like really racist laws were really criticized. They started disliking it more after World War II. I mean, I think it was 1947. Canada repealed the Chinese exclusion law.
Yeah, because people started becoming more diverse.
Yeah.
Speaking of exclusion law, how do you think the Exclusion Act affected it?
The exclusion law?
Yeah, the relations between China and Canada. How do you think that part affected the relations?
Just not being able to go to Canada, not like being able to experience all of Canada.
Yeah, like
Like
jobs.
going, yeah, job offers because there's no jobs in China. It is like it's so overpopulated.
Yeah.
So all the jobs are like it's like competitive.
Being excluded.
Yeah,
in a
that's
place where
why.
you thought you wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be excluded because of overpopulation.
Also, like going to Canada, there wasn't a lot of jobs and them working for less.
Do you guys know after 1923 they stopped taking immigrants from China?
They stopped taking immigrants.
Yeah, they stopped.
So they just stopped it
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah,
Is that when the Exclusion Act started?
Yeah.
The 19.
July 1st.
That's like.
Well, anything we can add about the relations?
I mean, it's after all that, it's still become a long-term trust between those two countries. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
there's trust now.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. That even
To
with
rebuild trust, even after all that history,
yeah.
all that treatment. Well,
Suffering.
The thing is that Canadian government acknowledged it. And the Chinese
yeah, they've started acknowledging it as we've talked in the
Oh
previous
yeah, wasn't
episode.
it
They
in
started,
2006 they like made an apology?
Yeah,
as we stated on the previous episode, I think it was the first episode. We talked about how they've started making actual place. What's it again? It's not government. It's like groups.
Groups.
Yeah, they're making actual groups to like
Yeah.
further like reconciliate with the Chinese attacks.
It's not the tip of my tongue. I can't remember.
Is that it?
yeah.
Well, yeah, that was talking about how
The Chinese.
Chinese attacks affected the relations between both countries, how it affected their future relations, and well, yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
We'll see you guys next time.
In our
See you
episode
next
4.
episode.
Talk about how you think, what you think about how their relations went between China and Canada, and
Comment
maybe
below.
others. Comment below.
Hello.